When life feels like too much, I want you to stop pretending you're fine. I want you to stop hiding behind your smile and stop trying to convince everyone and yourself that you're okay when you're not. I want you to sit down. Right now. In this moment. Wherever you are. I want you to take a breath. Not a deep one, not a perfect one. Just one breath. In and out. That's all. That's enough for now. Because you've been carrying too much for too long. You've been pushing through, powering forward, holding it all together when every part of you is tired. You've been staying strong out of habit, out of fear, out of necessity. But strength isn't supposed to mean constant survival. And you don't have to keep breaking inside just to make things look okay on the outside. It's okay to be overwhelmed. It's okay to feel like the world is too loud, too fast, too much. It's okay to feel like you don't have the energy to keep up, to show up, to be everything for everyone. It's okay to admit you're drowning. Because pretending you're not doesn't make it easier, it just makes you lonelier. You don't have to hold your breath until life gives you a break. You don't have to keep waiting for the right time to fall apart. You don't need permission to feel how you feel. You just need space. You just need someone or something to tell you that what you're feeling isn't wrong. So here I am, telling you what you're feeling is not wrong. You are not weak. You are not broken. You are not failing. You are human. And this life, this messy, beautiful, unpredictable life, it asks a lot of us. It asks us to keep going when we're tired, to show up when we feel invisible, to keep loving when we've been hurt, to keep giving when we're running on empty. And somehow, you've kept doing it. Even when no one saw. Even when it didn't feel fair. Even when your soul begged for a pause. So here's your pause. This space, right here, is for you. To let go. To stop pretending. To stop performing. To stop apologizing for how heavy it all feels. You don't need to fix anything right now. You don't need to find the silver lining. You don't need to stay positive. You don't need to turn this into a lesson. You just need to be here. With your breath. With your feelings. With your tired body and overwhelmed heart. Let this be the moment you soften. Let this be the moment you allow the weight to settle. Not because everything's okay, but because you're allowed to not be okay. There is no shame in breaking down. There is no weakness in needing rest. There is no failure in falling apart. Crying doesn't mean you've lost control, it means you're finally letting your body speak. Lying in bed all day doesn't mean you're lazy, it means you're depleted. Feeling numb doesn't mean you're cold, it means you've been feeling too much for too long. So please, give yourself grace. Give yourself space. Give yourself permission to be human. You don't have to have it all figured out. You don't have to be the strong one all the time. You don't have to keep pretending you're not overwhelmed. Because life is a lot. And some days, it will feel like too much. Not because you're not trying hard enough. Not because you're not grateful. Not because you're failing. But because being human is heavy sometimes. And there's nothing wrong with you for feeling that weight. You don't need to make sense of everything right now. You don't need to wrap your pain in a neat little explanation. You just need to let it exist. To breathe alongside it. To sit in the storm without trying to tame it. It's okay if you don't know what you need. It's okay if you don't know what's next. It's okay if your emotions don't have names yet. Sometimes, all you can do is survive the next breath. Sometimes, all you can do is put one foot in front of the other. Sometimes, all you can do is not give up. And that is enough. You don't need to have a plan tonight. You don't need to be better by tomorrow. You just need to be here with yourself. Breathe. Again. Slower this time. In through your nose. Out through your mouth. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw unclench. Let the noise in your mind lose its grip. Let the tears come if they need to. Let the silence say what words can't. You don't have to be okay for this to be a moment of healing. You just have to be honest. With yourself. With your pain. With how tired you are. And I know the world doesn't always give you space for that. People don't always understand. They want you to be strong. They want you to bounce back. They want you to explain. But here, you don't need to do any of that. You don't need to impress anyone. You don't need to entertain or perform or hide. You get to fall apart here. You get to stop holding your breath and let it all go. Even if just for a few minutes. Even if the world feels like it might crash without you holding it up. Because here's the truth. You were never meant to carry it all. You were never meant to handle everything alone. You were never meant to pour from an empty soul. So if all you've done lately is survive, that's still something to honor. If all you've managed is to keep breathing through the noise, that matters. If all you've done is make it to this moment, that is enough. This is not the end of your story. This is a chapter. A storm. A pause. And it will pass. Not because everything suddenly gets easier, but because you will change in the middle of it. Because even now, in the overwhelm, in the fog, in the heaviness, something in you is still holding on. Still breathing. Still waiting. Still hoping. And that part of you? That's your strength. Not the mask you wear. Not the hustle. Not the silence. But the soft, quiet part of you that refuses to give up even when everything feels impossible. So listen to that part tonight. Let it speak. Let it say, you are still here. You are still enough. You are allowed to rest. You don't have to fix your whole life in one night. Let your tired hands let go. Let your anxious mind unravel. Let your soul find stillness. And if you need someone to remind you again, I will. You are doing better than you think. You are stronger than you feel. You are softer than they see. And you are more loved than you know. So when life feels like too much, don't run. Don't punish yourself. Don't numb out if you can help it. Just pause. Close your eyes. Place a hand on your chest. And listen to the quiet voice inside you that says, keep going. Not because you have to, but because you're allowed to. Because your story isn't over. Because your pain has something to teach you. Because you're not as alone as you think. This moment, even this one, can hold healing. And you? You're allowed to slow down. You're allowed to break down. You're allowed to be exactly where you are. Not everything needs to be solved. Not everything needs to make sense. Not everything needs to be tied into meaning. Sometimes it's enough just to survive the wait. Sometimes the win is just showing up. So show up for yourself tonight. Not with a to-do list. Not with expectations. Just with compassion. Let this be your exhale. Let this be your rest. And let it be enough. You are not a problem to fix. You are a person to care for. You are a soul that deserves gentleness. Even here. Especially here.